tuned to sing, but also the viola is tuned to sing with the cello, which is an octave higher. So this is like, this is the
Hi there, my name is Matt Small. I'm the artistic director and founder of Small Art Music Projects in San Francisco. I'm here with my daughter Rosie.
Hi.
And we host instrumental music workshops for kids and families, and we've been working together on these workshops for a long time. And so what we're doing with this video series is that we wanted to show you some home simulations of the instruments we feature in our workshop. Today we have a special one. We've completed 2 videos now, one for a glockenspiel and one for a mbira, an African thumb piano. And we're going to now sort of use the simulations we developed for them to sort of showcase some other very small metallic instruments that come from all over the world. So we'll do a little tour of the world here. What I have for you today is these are ankle bells. Ankle bells. Those are commonly used in Arabic. They go around your ankle, your leg with a buckle. And they're in Arabic music and dance traditions, and also Indian musical and dance traditions as well. They attach to your ankle and you can use them for different rhythms when you're dancing. We have chimes here. Simple chimes. And those have ancient roots going back into Europe and Asia, and they're Indian as well. So chimes are an ancient instrument going back, and they're just metal. This is a contemporary one, but they're metal bars, and they are tuned to certain pitches. And then we've got bells. Bells, of course, are ancient and go way back. We got 2 pitches. And these are just sort of like a kid's version of the real bells. Actually, real bells are all expensive. They're very pricey to try to find real professional quality bells. But these are the kids' version. They sound pretty good. They don't sound so bad. And those bells are the traditional bells. The hand bells are an English tradition going back to the 1600s. But bell traditions go back in Asia and India, goes way back hundreds of years. So bells are very popular in many cultures around the world. We have some sleigh bells that you'd find, European sleigh bells that we know from Christmas, and those actually were attached to horses for Christmas, so they have a reason why they're attached to the Christmas tradition. And then we have an Asian hand cymbal here, small finger cymbals, and we have another kind of finger cymbal. These are Indian finger cymbals. Also, you'd find these in Turkey as well, maybe from parts of the Middle East. These are from India. Finger cymbals. Well, yeah, but they're a small. Yeah, you could do that too. You could do that too, but they also have a more resonant sound, and they do have a slot where you can put them in your fingers, so they are used in different traditions that way. And then also, I have a little. This is a little home thing I wanted to show you. It's a little thimble, but it has a nice kind of sound to it. So, reminding me of a chime. So it had a nice kind of sound to it. So this is just a home little metal piece. If you find little things in your house that have a good sound to them, experiment with them. The 2 interesting sounds you can get from this little chime would be an open sound, where it's allowed to resonate. Sorry. Or where it's closed, where you don't let it resonate. So if I was going to play this guy, anyway, so that's a cool little metal cymbal. And then also another similar thing is just a tuning fork. This is something you use to tune with in orchestral music. And what you do is you just hit it against something to get it vibrating, and then put it on something wood, and it makes a sound. I'm putting it on the table and it makes a sound. So a little vibrating tuning fork there. Okay, so the concept I wanted to introduce you guys to today was we have our simulations here. This was our mbira simulation with our glass jars and our metal lids, and one little metal bowl right here. And then we have our the glockenspiel simulation we did, which is with our forks and our utensils taped to a Tupperware for resonance. So the concept I wanted to introduce today was the concept of free time, of something where there's no rhythm. We don't talk about that. We haven't talked about this a lot, but we're always talking in these videos about playing along with a metronome and practicing your rhythm. But with these kinds of instruments that sort of they're more focused on the timbre of the instrument. The timbre meaning the quality of the sound.
So you can either just like revolve around the beat or just stay on the tempo.
Yeah, so the beat and the tempo are the sort of similar ideas where you have a set beat that's repeating all the time, but these instruments have a lot of tonal quality to them where you can just hit it and let it ring and listen to it. So our challenge today is a different challenge. We're not going to try to play with a metronome. We might do a little bit of rhythm things, but what we want is we want to kind of try to create a soundscape where we let sound travel, and we sort of compose something with our home simulations and with the real instruments, where we create a sound that kind of grows and something that we feel interested in, that we feel is a good creative thing. This gets into the subjective nature of music. When you do a non-time based creation, how do you know if it's good or not? It's an intuitive sense. Is it good? You say to yourself, do I like what I did? Or what could have been better about what I did? So we'll create something and sort of talk about it. And it's different than having pitch or rhythm where you can be right or wrong about pitch. You can be right or wrong about rhythm pretty clearly. But when you have something that's not in time, there's a little bit more of a freedom to sort of have opinions about whether you like it or not. So let's try to create something here. We'll use all these different instruments.
Okay, should I use these?
Everything. Just use anything you want. And the key
But
is
not these.
No, I'll do this here. Use anything here.
Do you need the chopsticks or this? Because I
Yeah.
might use this for
Anything you want. Anything you want. Just make up whatever you want, and we'll try to make a soundscape. Ready?
You go.
I'll start off. Right?
Count it off.
Well, I'm not gonna count it off because there's no rhythm. Or there might be rhythm.
So-
Okay, here we go. We're starting right now. How do we do? What did you think? What did you think of our soundscape?
Well, there was no beat, which really bothers me, but
Interesting. Okay.
it was fun.
It bothers you that there was no beat. I thought there was maybe too much of a beat. I was doing too much of a rhythm because I was going. I was doing something that had a beat to it. So I was
Not for me. I was just messing around, and I felt like, no, this is too weird.
too weird. Okay, good. Well, we're trying to experiment. Oh, we forgot to introduce this one.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard these called elephant bells. This is an Indian. I think these are from India. It's a little small shaking bell. So those are really interesting. I found those in a shop. So we had instruments from all over the world. We had our leg, ankle shaker guys. We had our chimes. We had our bells. And so anything that you can find in your house to mimic these kinds of instruments, just get creative and start experimenting. I found this little thimble type thing, which made a nice little bell sound. You've got your metal jars, and you've got your metal bowls, and the silverware and the Tupperware. The interesting thing to introduce your kids to is this is something that's very natural for small kids, but introducing them to timbre, introducing them to not needing to play in time or in rhythm, just exploring sound and hearing what different kind of things sound can do. Also with your metal jars too, if you press on the lids, you can get a different sound.
Sort of like a little bit pitchy.
Yeah, you can get like a different kind of higher pitch when you press on them. Just get creative at home and see what you can kind of come up with, and enjoy exploring timbre rhythm in some free time. No metronome. Thanks so much. Hope you enjoy it.